I want to talk about single fathers, fathers to be, fathers that are with women that they're not sure they're going to spend the rest of their lives with, or things happen and now you have a child on the way. There's some things you can do to protect yourself, your rights, and your child's rights. One of those things are, not only do you have to sign the child's birth certificate, you also have to take the documentation notarized to the courthouse and be seen and recognized before a judge. Now, once that happens, you have some leverage, but understand that you can't legally move without a court approval, which means that your child's mother is going to have to approve of where you live and how far you move away from them, which means that the state of Florida is going to be able to dictate to some extent where you live and if you can or cannot go. If your child's mother looks for government assistance in any way in the state of Florida, she is also has to file for child support. She will not be granted food stamps. She will not be granted free medical child care, daycare, anything until she takes you to court for until she fills out the documentation for child support. That child support is paid to the state of Florida. It's not paid to your child directly, which means that Florida is taking out administration fee, but also all of these free programs are not free at all. They're being paid for by the father. Now, you don't have to be the biological father to be taking a child support. That's a whole nother kit and caboodle in Florida. If you're living with a woman and she's pregnant, you're not sure if that's your child. If a woman gives birth and says you're that baby's daddy, and you say, yeah, I am the baby daddy, guess what? If that relationship goes down the drain, you are going to be on the hook for child support, whether or not that's your child, whether or not you see that child, and you won't because it's not your blood, but you will know that you're paying child support till that child is 18 years old. So you need to do a few things to protect yourself. One of those things is that if this is your child, go protect yourself. Get your documents notarized, get down to that court as soon as possible. Get everything in writing early as possible. This is like a contract. Put in it that you are able to come and go as you please, that you are not going to stay in any one place. And what I mean by that is, if you don't put in writing and have these documents submitted and notarized, that means all parties were present while the document is assessed and signed, and a notary public, which is generally a lawyer, witnesses the signing of the documentation. That documentation is then submitted and is legal. In that documentation, you're going to want to outline movement. You're going to want to outline what custody is going to look like or would look like if the relationship dissolves. Because if it does, you're going to have almost no legal standing unless this woman commits such a heinous crime that she loses complete custody. And that's not even a guarantee that you are even in the running to be given custody of your child. Under certain circumstances, your child could be put up for adoption before you even hear about it. It is that scary. So I'm going to keep this very, very short. I want to do a few of these. I'm going to write some scripts down. I just wanted to get this started. So that maybe some men, women, or in between, whatever walk of whatever path you're walking in life, if you are find yourself as a father, you want to protect your child, you want to protect your unborn child, go get these documents, get everything in writing, get a parenting plan established that has clauses in it in case the relationship goes south, that you will be protected. Again, in the state of Florida, you don't have any rights until you meet these requirements. Even if you sign the birth certificate, when this child is born, you are not legally responsible. You are not legally the custodian of that parent, of that child, until you bring the birth certificate, notarized copies of all your documentation down to the court and claim that child with the child's mother. Now that said, get everything in writing, get it notarized. Everything is lovey-dovey now, but the moment you scorn this woman, the moment you say something she doesn't like, the moment you go against whatever her, him, whatever their plan is, and you are no longer the father, you're no longer a partner, you're the enemy. You are just that in the eyes of Florida. You are a prisoner. You can be arrested for non-payment. You could be arrested for moving. You could be arrested for all manner of stuff without even having committed a crime. In the state of Florida, if a woman or somebody calls the police and accuses you of domestic violence or any kind of violence, they arrest you first and then investigate later. Keep that in mind. That investigation can take upwards of 1 year while you're being prosecuted, the attempt of being prosecuted. And again, all of this can stem from one angry child's mother. Protect yourself, protect your family. Go get your documentation. Don't even listen to me. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what I'm talking about. Go get an attorney's opinion. Go get a consultation. Go get a family lawyer. Go talk to someone who is an accredited lawyer, not an accredited, a bar appointed lawyer, and ask them what are my rights? What should I do moving forward? How can I protect me and my family, which may or may not include the child's mother? How can I protect my family, my assets from the shenanigans? Because the law does not protect fathers. The law is built in such a way that the only people who benefit from this system are the lawyers and judges for billable hours. They will waste time, they will adjourn, they will do all kinds of things which you have to pay for hours. Every hour that they adjourn and have to recess to come back another day is another day that you got to pay money, and months go by, years go by, and you will be in the hole exponentially, and nothing will go anywhere. You will have to wait until your child is of age to speak up, to say, hey, you know, who's my father? Before anything will happen, because at the end of the day, they are not going to lock up your child's mother and bring you your child in a chariot saying, you know what, you did a good job, here's your child. It's not going to happen. What they're going to say is, she's not committing a crime. Is your child in danger? Not particularly. Oh, okay, so then what are you wasting my time for? This is the situation that you're going to end up in. Single fathers, please protect yourself, protect your family. This is Tony Quantum. Peace and love.